Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about attention and its types. So let's start the video. Attention, it is the ability to actively process specific information in the environment while tuning out other details. That means, look at this figure. I have highlighted the word over here. So there are so many things written in this book. There are so many information in this book, but I have highlighted certain thing. Like that, there are so many information in our brain, but we are highlighting in a specific environment. That means that is our attention and it is ability to actively process that specific information from the environment. So it's like a highlighter or a spotlight and makes what we focus on stand out. But attention is limited in terms of both capacity and duration. In 1890, there is a book called The Principle of Psychology written by William James. He is a psychologist and philosopher. What he has wrote about the attention is it is the taking possession by the mind in clear and vivid form of one out of what may seem several simultaneously possible objects or trains of thought. It implies withdrawal from some things in order to deal effectively with others. So, even in this text, what is important for you? Maybe the writer name is important for you, maybe the book name is important for you. So, whatever your mind withdraws from something in order to deal effectively with others, it is called the attention. We can also define attention as the process of selectively concentrating on a specific information while ignoring other perceivable information. Attention is limited cognitive resource. It acts as filter for massive amount of sensory input we receive every second. Now just take a pause and think. There are lots of videos on YouTube, but how you come to this video? Because you want to know about the attention, right? So attention means being selectively concentrating on a specific information while ignoring other perceivable information. There are different types of attention. What is sustained attention? Next is alternating attention, selective attention, focused attention, and limited attention. Sustained attention. It is also said as a concentration. You can see even in the figure there is a young lady who is reading a book. So sustained attention, it is the ability to focus on one thing for a continuous period. During this time, people keep their focus on the task at a hand and continue to engage the behavior until the task is completed. What research suggests is that sustained attention peaks early 40s and then gradually declines as people age. So, what can be the example of sustained attention? Reading a complex novel for an hour without stopping or getting up or without being distracted. A long haul truck driver is staying focused on road for several hours. So, if a driver is not paying attention on the road track, then accident might occur. So, it's all about the concentration while we talk about the sustained attention. Next is alternating attention. So even in figure, you can see that a lady is reading the recipe as well as chopping the vegetables. So this type of attention involves multitasking or effortlessly shifting attention between two or more things with different cognitive demands. So it is not about focusing on more than one thing at same time, but about stopping, attending to next to one and then switching to the next task. For example, or say following a recipe and then immediately performing a physical task like chopping vegetables and moving back and forth between the two. Next can be a student taking notes while listening to a lecture, shifting between auditory processing and motor tasks of writing. Next type is selective attention. So in figure you can see there are lots of person over there, but how this lady is effectively able to talk with the another lady though there is noise in the cafeteria. So selective attention involves being able to choose selectively attend to certain stimuli in the environment while at the same time tuning other things out. For example, you might be selectively attend to a book you are reading while tuning out the sound of your next door neighbor's car alarm going off. So examples can be having a conversation with a friend in a crowded, noisy cafeteria. Also, it can be focusing on the specific project at a desk while a coworker is talking on the phone nearby. But still, it is not disturbing you because your attention is very selective over here. Next type is focused attention. So it involves being able to be suddenly drawn to a specific visual, auditory, or tactile stimuli such as a loud noise or a flash of light. It's a way of responding rapidly to external stimuli, which can be particularly important in situations where something in the environment requires immediate attention and quick action, like this person who is doing his work suddenly sees a pop-up of notification in his computer screen. So, example can be turning your head immediately when you hear a sudden loud bang in the hallway, noticing and looking at the notification that just popped up on your screen, right? So it is the focused attention and it involves being able to be suddenly drawn to a specific visual, auditory, or tactile stimuli. So here one need to understand between the difference between the selective and focused attention. So in selective attention, you select through the environment, but in focused attention, you are like being suddenly drawn to a different stimuli. Next one is limited attention or divided attention. So your limited attention means you are not being able to give full focus. You have very little uh, time for the attention, or it's very limited, or you have divided the attention. So it is the form of attention involving multitasking between different multiple tasks. Rather shifting focus, people attend to these stimuli at same time and may respond simultaneous to multiple demands. Research published in 2018 has pointed out that multitasking seldom works well, but our attention is really limited. So look at the example. Like you might be talking on the phone, you can see in the figure also this lady is doing mathematical problems and also need to attend the urgent call. That means here you are giving limited attention because you have to solve a very difficult math problem. Okay, and also not being able to remember what someone said because you were too busy trying to remember where you left your car keys. So these are the different types of attention. You can again go back and look the examples and real definition of these different types of attention. These are the references you can go to understand more about this topic and also study for the learning. And if you like this video, like this channel, please like, share, and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much.